Hi, it's Marlene from the Sharing Light. I have a bonus message for you today. I actually just hung up with one of my beautiful friends who had an appointment on my calendar for today, and it was her birthday. Happy birthday! And um, something amazing came out of our session together. The message was for her, but I also felt, and so did she, that this message is for you as well. It's so beautiful. It's not something that I've thought of myself really, but it was just something that really came up in at the end of her session. Um, so there are a lot of feelings that we have built up inside right now. Um, we keep talking about how, or we keep hearing about how right now is the time of a reset, time for everybody to be home, a reprieve, time to just kind of start over. This world has kind of gotten out of control, um, and maybe we've gotten out of control. Maybe we need to be more focused. Um, yeah. So I'm sorry. I receive messages as I'm talking, and I'm just trying to get them all. Um, so we want to find our inner peace. We want to find that place where we can be happy just sitting on the grass and looking at the trees without thinking, oh shoot, did I pay this bill? Oh, I got to pick up this one. These two are fighting. How do I handle this? I have to call my mother. All these things that come through our heads that distract us. You think about work, you think about finances, you think about maybe, you're at odds with someone, or you were a long time ago and it's still bothering you. Or, we still have all of these things that are just um, filling our bucket. We need to empty the bucket. The bottom of the bucket is where we find our inner peace. This is what happened in her session. We discussed the bucket. So there is a bucket filled with water, and all of the water are all of our emotions. And we need to empty this bucket so that we can get to the bottom to discover our inner peace, so that we can develop our relationship with ourselves and figure out who we are and what truly makes us happy, what makes us tick, and helps us find our purpose. And in order to do that, we need to empty the bucket. So, how do we do that? So, the bucket is full of emotions. It's full of happiness, it's full of anger, it's full of anxiety, it's full of jealousy, it's full of rage, it's full of sadness. It's full of so many different things. Any emotion you could possibly ever think of is inside of this bucket. And we need to figure that out. Not necessarily with our minds, but with our hearts. So how do we do that? The message that I received when I was working with her was to write a journal. Get out a journal, whether you have an actual journal, or you just have some scrap pieces of paper that you can just kind of write things down. Doesn't matter. Even if you're just using it on your phone and writing it in your notes or whatever on your phone. Handwritten is better because you're able to kind of get that heart connection more when you're going from pen to paper than if you're typing it out into technology, because technology kind of distracts us, and it can interfere with the message coming through. So if you can possibly find pen and paper, that would be the best. Um, so write down an emotion. So you can start out with any emotion you want. You can look up all the different emotions and then go down the list. So if we're starting with A, we could start with, say, anger. So you can write down if anything made you angry today. Did anything make you angry yesterday, last week, last month, last year? Just kind of keep going back and back. What made me angry when I was little? Is there something that happened when I was younger that made me angry? And just write it down and acknowledge it. Then when you're all done with analyzing that particular emotion, Put your hands over your heart. Close your eyes. I love you. I forgive you. I love you. And see everything that's on that paper just kind of float away, almost like it disintegrates and it just floats away and off into the sun. Like, just send it out. You can give it to Mother Earth, you can give it to the sun, you can send it out into the light, however you want to dispose of it in a positive, light, beautiful way. But let it go. And then the next day, try to do an emotional day if you can. And then the next day, do the opposite emotion. So we did anger one day. Now we can do happiness. What made me happy today? Yesterday, last week, last month, when I was little? What made me happy when I was younger? What kinds of things can I think of that made me happy? And then love it. Thank you. I am so grateful for that. Even the anger, you can say, I am so grateful for what I have learned from you. For any of the emotions, I am grateful for what I have learned from you. Thank you. I love you. And send that happiness into the light. Do that for every single emotion that you feel. And you'll kind of be able to visualize this bucket that's in front of you, slowly emptying. So while we are here for this reprieve from the world, from life, let's do that. Let's just start emptying our bucket to get to the bottom so that we can discover that inner peace. It was a beautiful message that I am so grateful for my friend for having her session today, because I'm able to share that with you. She was like, oh, everybody needs to know this. Yeah, I agree. I feel like this message was for her, but also for everybody else. I believe it's for you. You need to do this as well. Do a journal and write down your emotions and be grateful for them and love them. And then let it go. Picture yourself taking the scoop from the bucket, take a cup of water and dump it. And that's gone. And then you're slowly releasing and getting to the bottom where your inner peace is. Get to your heart. Get to your love, to your inner peace, where you can finally start to feel peaceful and still. This is a beautiful message. I am so grateful I had this session with her today. Again, happy birthday to my friend. And I'm grateful for you. So thank you. I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day and happy journaling. Good luck with it. It may not be easy. There are going to be some emotions that are going to be quite challenging, that are going to be unsettling, that might dig some things up that you are now finally able to deal with that you have not been able to. It's okay. It's okay to feel whatever you end up feeling. Just know and go back to you are love, you are loved, and you are an amazing, beautiful soul. We are all meant to be here. We are all meant to discover ourselves at this time. And everything is going to be okay. All is well. I love you. Have a beautiful day.